Welcome to the Nerdlag Game Club podcast, a video game podcast where we all play the same game and then we talk about it. I'm Corey, and I'm joined by 4 party members today. Lauren.
Hey.
Tunza.
What's up?
Danboy.
Hey.
And our newest member, Hipker.
Hey.
In this episode of the Game Club, we're celebrating Halloween with an extra special Halloween episode. In this episode, we're playing Pumpkin Jack. Pumpkin Jack was released on October 23rd, 2020 on PC, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. And then it was later released on the PS4 on February 24th, 2021. Pumpkin Jack was developed by Nicholas Mezzane, is how I looked it up, and I don't know if that's right, and was published by Head Up Games. Mezzane is solo credited for developing this game, but it seems that later he created a company called Evil Raptor, and they developed a game called a Chembot. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. Looks like kind of the same realm for graphics. But he's
I'm
like...
actually looking at the trailer right now.
Yeah, he's like the head of that studio. I'm going to give a quick summary of the story to this game, but before that, I want to give a spoiler warning, and I would recommend playing Pumpkin Jack before listening to this episode. Pumpkin Jack takes place in the Great Arkansas Kingdom, a land that is lived in only peace and harmony. Because of this, the devil himself deems it necessary to bring violence and bloodshed to that world. He summons the curse of external night that spreads darkness and unleashes hordes of monsters to bring forth chaos to the world. In a desperation, the humans, not enjoying the new world of chaos, ask a mighty wizard for help, and he promises to end the devil's curse and bring back peace. The devil fears this new wizard will succeed, so he makes a deal with our main character, Stingy Jack, which, did they say Stingy Jack at any point in this game?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember the word stingy at all.
I assumed it was stingy.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
It says stingy, but anyways, we're given a deal from the devil that if we get rid of the wizard, then the devil will forgive our past misdeeds and kind of just let us live free. And then that leads us right into the first level of this game. Anything else you have for story? Because I'm pretty sure that's about it without getting into later stuff.
No, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much to it.
All right, so each episode we break up main points of the game between the 5 of us. The first section is gameplay and mechanics. So Tunza, how about you tell us about the gameplay and mechanics for Pumpkin Jack?
Pumpkin Jack is an action platformer, very reminiscent of PS2 era games. Has basic mechanics of like double jump, dodge, basic attack, like combo system. As you go through the game, you unlock different weapons. You start with a shovel, unlock a spear, magic sword, scythe, straight up magic, and my favorite, the gun. And then as you jump through levels, I used it a ton. Jumping through the levels, you battle enemies, ghouls, ghosts, skeletons, rats, goofy bosses, and then as you complete 3 phases, you're done. You go through puzzles reminiscent of whack-a-mole, putting the shape into other shape-like things. And then you have just the on-rails, either flying gargoyle, moving on a cart, or racing.
Racing.
Your favorite. Car racers.
Yeah, I like the little head part, like where you disconnect your head. And those like little side games, like the memory match, it makes you feel like a child.
Yeah, Simon Says, whack-a-mole, putting the shape into the shape thing. What's the other one? I couldn't remember.
Matching.
Oh, yeah.
Like the names.
Yeah.
The one's just like a puzzle. The first one you do, because it's like
the bomb.
Lift this up, move the crate onto this area. You know, that one.
Yeah, the moving the bomb, right?
That was the second one. The first one's quite literally like, this thing goes up and down, push the crate on.
Oh, the lever. Yeah.
Pull a lever.
Okay.
Like, it's super simple.
I forgot about that one.
It's like a tutorial.
Yeah, I was like, that one was very forgettable.
Yeah.
that's basically all I really had through. I just had a little bit of examples of like the on rails being like riding a horse, flying gargoyles, falling through portals. A lot of every level rinsed and repeated the same thing over and over again, same structure.
Yeah, I mean, very standard 3D platformer when it
Yeah,
comes to that.
it was very like medieval or like any of that era of like video games.
Yeah, there's like each level is themed, which is why that makes sense. Like mine carts.
Yeah, the skeleton thing, the swamp. The swamp was my least favorite one because I had a bunch of texture issues.
Which we'll go back to that. I want to talk about
Yeah.
that later. All right, so let's move into art design. Lauren, how about you tell us about the art direction for Pumpkin Jack?
Okay, so I couldn't find a ton of stuff on this. I don't know how to explain the art style for this game. What I did find was like a couple interviews that the guy that made it did, and he said like he grew up in like a more like rural area, so he would always like seeing the sunset over like cornfields. He was like, I could imagine scarecrows and skeletons rising from the ground and dancing during the autumn season. So that like helped inspire it, I guess. And then he said since he works alone on games, he knows like how hard it is and how long it takes to make a realistic game. So that's why he went with the cartoon art style cuz it allows you to have less like technical work and more creativity. So he was like, "Hey, I'm just going to go cartoony instead." And uh he did a lot of the like building in Blender is what I read. He modeled everything himself and then he was able to slap like more like simple textures on it so it could cut his development time down quite a bit because he's a 3D artist.
Yeah, if you guys did you like at the credits, it shows like the variations of him going through like the steps.
Yeah,
Really
which
Yeah.
cool.
was really cool. They went
Yeah, I think
through
more
like,
games
oh,
should do
this
that.
is what Jack looked like originally, then it this, and oh, we had these kind of enemies, but then you can tell they got rid of them. I thought
Like
that was
first
really
boss,
cool.
second, yeah, I think that was really cool. I think very reminiscent of like I wish movies still did that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, yeah, I thought it was really neat. It's like the trend of anime studios doing more of like behind the scenes type of stuff where it shows
Hmm.
like the animation process they go through. I think that's really cool that that's become a big thing that even like huge studios do it. So, yeah, his art style is more on the I would say basic, but it's very dark and dreary in the aspect of like it feels like fall. It feels like an autumn game.
It's
Except for
fitting. It's
one
very
level.
fitting.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
except for one level, but
I do
it's
like
very fitting.
I like the art style in the aspect of like he makes the levels feel larger by the way that the backdrops look.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mhm.
So like I don't know if I'm not a game designer, so I don't really know how any of that works, but if like you look out in the distance, it's like it's the same assets, but like it's done in a way where it looks like, this forest is humongous, or the ones like, oh, it's like water and icebergs and stuff. And it just makes like the world feel like it's huge, even though we're on this linear path.
Right.
So I think it looks good overall though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I thought it just looked like average, like indie art, platformer art.
I will say art wise, I when I think indie like solo developed game, a lot of times they go for a more oh, what's the word
Like a
for it?
pixel.
Like a pixel art. That's the word I was thinking for. Pixel.
If
So
I
I was
didn't
impressed that it didn't look that way.
if I didn't look into the art or have like the whole version breakdown at the end of the game and the credits like he did, I could totally see this game just being an asset flip. Where like it's
Yeah.
just bought and reused assets.
Yeah, I could see
Like
that.
if he bought like all stock stuff, I could see that too. But knowing he didn't, pretty cool.
Yeah, it might have started out more that way. Like he
Mhm.
bought assets and then kind of built off of them. but it reminds me of, and not in an insult kind of way, but it kind of reminds me of like a PS2 3D like platformer.
Yeah.
In the way that it's like,
Very
it's
like
kind of polygonal, like that kind of look. Like nothing is overly like Lauren said, like he didn't go for realism. It was like everything is cartoony, so he can get away with like, you know, the houses being oddly shaped or like whatever. But I think it fits the charm of the game itself. So like I said, personally really like the art style in the game. It's nothing that's gonna like blow your mind or anything, but for what the game is, I think it fits well.
For sure.
So we'll move on from art and go into sound and music. So Dan, how about you tell us about the sound design and music for Pumpkin Jack?
I don't really have much. I can't really find much on it, to be honest with you. But for the most part, the music and everything, it's kind of fitting for a Halloween sense. Except for the, I think it's the minecart level, like the one part you're on the minecarts, and it gave me like Christmas vibes. It did not feel like Halloween to me. And I think it's because it was playing like a bunch of bells and it just kind of sounded Christmassy. Besides that, like all the music was kind of fitting for it being Halloween and everything. And it looks like all the music was made by a I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, Johann Jaeger, I think is how it's pronounced. But he was the artist and composer of all the music. And one song, I can't find like which song is what, but one or two of them, they were definitely like sampled from other songs. Like
for sure.
Like the whole instrumental was like, I know this song. Like I've heard this somewhere, with like a little bit of like added sound effects to it.
Yeah, I think the music, is it all that different from level to level? Because like outside of like the minecart, like those like breakaway sections of gameplay, I feel like the music's always just like like endlessly looping.
Each level has its own music.
Okay, and it's just looping over and over unless you get into those. Because I'm like at one point like I hear it and then I don't hear it again. And I'm like, wait, am I at the same spot of this song? Because at times like when you're beating up enemies and like Tons of said there's a gun, you're like shooting the gun and stuff, like it kind of drowns out the music.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I'd zoned out most of the music except for I think you're right about the cart, but also made me think of another song. I heard this before.
It's like I can't think of it like off the top of my head, but I know it's not the right song that I'm thinking of, but it gives me "Here Comes the Bride." Like it's in like that tone, but I know it's not the right song.
Yeah, that's how. I don't know. I know what you mean though.
Like it's dun 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 dun, like kind of like that pattern.
I think you got that dead on. That was like.
Thank you.
Like perfect.
Thank you. Yeah, yep. You're welcome. And then there is also whenever you're doing the mushrooms, like the Simon Says.
Loved that.
So I didn't really pay attention the first time because I didn't know what I was doing. So I didn't pay attention to like, which mushroom to really hit. I messed up on that clearly because I didn't pay attention. And there's no like sound or anything for you failing.
Nope.
So you don't know that you failed. It's just like, I think I failed. I have to redo this. Which that kind of annoyed me.
Yeah, I wish it would have done like if you did it out of order, like it would like reset or alert you of some sort. Because the one time I hit like, I don't know, like the blue one like twice on accident. And then I did the whole rest of it. And I was like, well, why didn't that work? And then I re-listened to it and it was like, oh, you only hit blue once. And I'm like, there was no indication of anything at that point. Like that. I was like, you could have put another sound effect or like anything. Or could have just started replaying it.
Yeah.
the sound design does what it needs to do. I do kind of wish it was voice acted, other than like
Yeah.
the narrative portions.
Yes. Even if it's just like in some games they do like just slight like voice acting, like they'll kind of just say like the most important thing that a character says and not just the whole entire sentence, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And just at
You don't want
times
like
it
the
felt
Banjo
weird.
Kazooie. Where they're like, wow, who's gone?
That's fine too.
Yeah, make up a foreign language or
yeah.
whatever. Like, but like sometimes you're just sitting there and like you're talking to like the owl or whatever, and it's just like, all right, well, it's a little bit awkward because it's just like just music playing, nothing else.
I will say in my notes here, like I was taking notes like the entire time I was like, and I have it all like sectioned off by like levels and stuff. And in my first level, one of my notes is music is very like panic inducing. And I think that's whenever you're running through the barn and it's all like on fire and you have to run away from everything.
I could see that. And it kind of comes out of nowhere because up to that point, like everything's extremely easy. And just like
And no
casual,
pressure.
like, oh,
Yeah.
here's a shovel, beat these guys up real fast. And you're like, oh, this is so easy. And then you get to that part and it's like, hey, everything's on fire. You better run.
Yeah.
I just used the shovel the whole time. I won't lie.
That's crazy.
Lame.
Nothing else. Like they all did the same damage. There's no point. I didn't like the other.
I don't think they all
their
did the
attacks.
same damage.
They did. They all
I
took the
don't-
same amount of hits to kill everything.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure because I tried everything and it did the same. And I preferred the shovel's moveset.
All right, so we're just going to open up the floor now since we're basically doing that anyway. And we're just going to talk about anything that made an impact or anything we just want to talk about in general for the game. And we'll go right into weapons. I used the scythe. Once I got it, I stayed with the scythe. I think it was a bit it felt stronger, and maybe it was just the pattern of attacks, like especially because if you rolled and attacked, you did like that spinning move, and that was pretty cool. When it came to like taking out like hordes of enemies.
Yeah, I didn't have like a set weapon. Every time I would beat a level and it'd give me a new weapon, the next level I would just use that weapon instead of like switching.
That's kind of like I did till I just would switch back to the gun.
I did like the gun though.
That was my least favorite. I also
I
was
like
really
the sword.
confused. The sword's a good one because you float.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with the magic.
The magic.
What is the magic? Am I fighting with a crow? Like what is that?
Yeah, it's crow magic.
Just like I just crow magic and you just punch with it? Is that what
Cromancy.
Yeah, they gave you the power of the crows.
I already had the power of a crow.
Well, you just bullied him into helping you.
That's true.
Yeah.
Can I just say, why was the barn so ginormous? Like, I feel like you were running for a good 10 minutes. Like, there's no way that barn was that big. It did not look that big from the outside.
I said
Ooh,
that
man.
during my first look at the game because you do the first one, like I said, where you jump up on the platform, knock the thing, pull the lever. And I'm like, and then the doors open to the barn and I'm like, where did this take place at?
Yeah.
Like this room doesn't exist in the barn. I was like, what? Where was I to unlock this door?
You were in the basement of it. That's what it was. Yep.
My 5-story barn.
Yep.
Yeah, my my little barn that is like magic and has endless barn rooms.
It's like a pocket dimension, but for barns.
It's just a lot of barns.
Yep.
Barn accessories.
I forgot I looked at my notes and I just have one that says emo canary.
What?
What?
It was emo canary, like the bird. He's just
Crow.
yeah, the crow.
Do you not think of the word crow?
No, for some reason I put canary. I don't know. I just found it funny.
No one brought up the gramophone where you find them and
No.
you start
Oh, I
dancing?
hated that.
I love
I
them if
hated
you
it.
just Fortnite dance.
I found all of them
Yeah.
except for one, and I'm pissed.
I only found one.
What?
I didn't even know it was a thing until Corey told me, and I was already like 4 levels in.
What?
It's crazy.
Okay.
What was
Seriously?
everyone's final playtime?
Well,
No, yeah.
That's
Jumping
the
ahead.
end. You're jumping the gun.
Why? I thought he was open the floor to anything.
Yeah, but we usually do time complete before we do recommendation.
Hmm.
You'll learn, young grasshopper.
Okay. God
Um,
forbid.
I liked the graveyard level a lot.
Yeah, that's good.
I think
It
that's
was
my favorite
okay.
level.
I hated that. I
I liked the
don't
boat
remember
one.
what he was, but he made you go and get like the books from like
Oh,
The
the
like
the
grave
graveyard
keeper.
yeah.
Yeah.
And whenever you grabbed one, it would teleport you back to the beginning, even though on the right side, 2 of the crypts were right next to each other.
Yeah.
Yep.
I liked
Yeah.
the boat level. I liked my ferryman.
Yeah, that was interesting too. I did really like that.
I love the
Wait, which one?
dynamic between. Is that the swamp? That
I
Well,
hear
you
he
ride
is a
the
few
ferry
times.
in different places.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
It's like-
Yeah.
Because he's in the last level too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was just curious. Like, is it the swamp that you first
Yeah.
see him?
Yes.
And you're like, yeah, I'm not paying
Yes.
you.
Yeah, at the very end, he ends up asking if you're gonna pay him, and you tell him no, and he says something about how he's only gonna do it because you're their last hope or something.
Yeah.
I didn't love those in the aspect of like, once you do one, you did them all.
yeah.
Like, they never really like threw anything new at you. Like, oh,
Is
if
this-
the boat's about to sink, jump to the other boat. Oh, I'm about to rotate the boat. And I'm
The
like,
ghost.
yeah, here's the
It was
ghost.
it was the same. There was a lot of that in this game. It was just the same patterns over and over and over again.
I feel like that's how the whole game was.
Yeah, it was.
I feel like I might be dumb here and everything, but the very first time that ship sunk, I didn't read what he said. I just saw the other boat come up, so I thought there was a bunch of enemies on there. So I look over there, not paying attention, and then it sinks, and I died. I clicked restart.
And then
That was
you
my
died.
first death. I clicked restart. It spawned me right whenever the boat was sinking, so I died immediately.
It did that to me like 10
Oh
times.
no.
I had to turn because I was on the screen that I had to exit the game and reload it.
Oh,
Hey,
I
You did.
I died because I stepped in like an inch of water.
Yeah,
just-
yeah.
I died a
Exploded me.
ton. So
I did not
like
die that
3
much.
seconds into the game.
guys, the forest where you
Oh,
have to like, figure
no.
out the path.
oh, the crows.
It took me so long and so
Oh.
many deaths to figure out that you go where the crows aren't.
Oh,
I
that's a
made
tough
it
one.
so far into it because I was like just guessing every time. I'm like, all right, well, I know that route didn't do it, so let me try
Oh,
again.
no.
Then I go and hit the next one. I'd be like, dang it, it's not that one either.
That's where I had my first death.
I had
That's
so
crazy. I
many
died
there.
a ton by then.
I finished the game dying 50-something times.
What?
Oh.
I think
Yeah.
I
Oh,
was
yikes.
And
I think I died like
probably-
24 times.
What?
I probably
What?
died 15 to 20 times in that forest.
Is there a difficulty setting that I didn't know about?
No, I'm just shit at like depth perception, or
Yeah,
in a lot of
same.
cases, my controller was like, I think it was my controller, but it kept moving my camera so that it would look straight up. So I would be jumping, and then the camera would just go, "Phew," and I would be looking straight up at the sky, and I would like miss whatever I was jumping on.
I thought like all of my like stupid deaths of me like trying things was like super bad, and I was gonna have a lot of deaths compared to everyone else. But I only had like 7 or 8.
Jeez.
I think I was in the 50s too.
Well,
I
Look, I had
think
10
I only
times just to
died
the
10?
boat just spawning me, like in the thing. Also, like the horse riding, like on the Steam Deck, it was weird. It took me a while to get used to the controls, like the camera sensitivity.
yeah, that's why I turned mine down a lot.
No, I had
didn't
it to
mess with
max mine
any
out.
settings.
Hip,
Oh.
how many times did you die?
I think 10.
That's
Something somewhere around there.
My first death was 3 seconds into the game.
My first one was in the Crow Forest, and then I figured out that you have to. I think 7 of my deaths were there, and then I realized you had to go where the crows weren't.
Well, so there's like a little box of dialogue while you're walking that the crow tells you what you're supposed to do, but it's so fast and just like in the bottom, I think it's like the bottom left-hand corner or something, that like, why would you not mention it like in the cutscene, but right before it?
right.
Like, why are you throwing it at the bottom? Which is a thing that overall I had an issue with in this game. So like, any boss fight you went into, there is, well, at least the later ones, you would go in, you wouldn't be able to do anything to said boss, generally, until you got hit with like a cutscene where like the, I don't know, Grom, is that what his name was? The big guy from like the War Siege level.
Yeah, I think
You
so.
can't do anything until you get the little cutscene of like the tower of like reinforcements.
Yeah.
I hate that. So you're just rolling around waiting for this to trigger. And then like the same thing with like the gluttony. You roll around until he lifts the platforms and opens the portal so that you can jump in. Like, leaving me helpless and just rolling around in a boss fight is annoying.
I mean, wasn't that kind of how all the bosses were?
I think they were all that. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't like the idea of that. Like, it should allow you to hit the boss, but do like no damage. Like, at least it gives me like the placebo that I'm doing something.
I think you do, because I think I tried to like hit Grom, and he's like, "He's wearing armor. You can't do nothing." Because I thought
Every boss was really just a gimmick you had to go through 3 times to beat them.
the witch one was my most annoying one because of I swear those things never went the direction I wanted it to go. But that bomb level, like the first bomb does it, and it worked fine. That one was like, I'm gonna auto lock on and shoot it behind you. Because that game had such a sensitive like auto like box, or like what is it, hitbox.
I didn't have any lock on hitbox.
I mean, that could have been the Steam Deck. I don't know. I'd be fighting enemies and it'd be like turn around, it would face the other direction.
Did you guys play on controller or keyboard and mouse?
I used a PS4 controller, but on the PC.
I did keyboard.
Yikes.
It was fine.
Played it on the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
So I was the only one that used keyboard and mouse. Was there lock on it with controller? Did I miss that?
I don't know. It
Not
took
that I
over.
noticed.
I did not have any lock on.
Oh, so Tunja was the one that cheated with lock on. He found the secret lock on.
It fucking didn't help.
He hacked the game.
Like when I'm trying to hit the green orbs and it's teleporting to the dude behind me, like trying to smack him, and it's like, what the fuck? I'm trying.
All right, so this made me think of it because I want to air my grievance here. The stupid minecart race minigame is the worst thing in this whole game.
Oh, I liked that.
Hands down. Because of
With
the
the night
stupid...
guys?
It's the stupid, like, rubber band shit that it, like, you can't get ahead of them no matter how many times you destroy them. And, like, I get it, but, like, it's not fun.
Did you not win the race?
No, like, me and Lauren both struggled with that.
Oh, I won both the first try.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, won both the first try.
I had to have Corey do mine because I just couldn't.
Okay, since we're on the topic of this racing thing, the second time you do it, do they not spawn? Because nobody spawned for me.
Yeah, I don't know.
No wonder why it was so easy for you.
Yeah, maybe
they spawned a few times, but they didn't spawn near the end for me.
No, yeah, I'd seen them in the beginning, and then they were like nothing, and then I was like, "Am I just dusting them?"
So for mine and Lauren's both, anytime you took them out, anytime they wrecked, they would appear right behind you, and then they would speed burst in front of us. And then in the very last corner, all 3 of them were always ahead of us.
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah, I had no trouble with it.
And it was so frustrating.
The worst one I struggled the most.
I was like, what is this, like, rubber band? Like, I was like, I cannot, no matter how fast I tapped the button, I never caught up to them. I had to wait for them to wreck, or I had to stun them with the crow. and I had to like time it so that like I would stun one, then like I'd be like, okay, well this one's about to charge, and I'm trying to like block them. I'm trying to play like defense to block them so they blow up before I got to the very end, because they always beat me to it. And then there was times where they would not beat me to it, but then the doors would close and then I would blow up and die.
I don't know. I was gonna say I killed them a bunch in the first one, and then the second one, I like killed them in the beginning, and then I'd never seen them again.
Yeah, the first
That's
time,
crazy.
they just kept spawning and everything. Then the second time you do the race thing, they didn't show up at all for me. There was not a single person I was racing against. So I was like, am I that far ahead? Like, am I that far behind? But yeah.
They got easy, Lauren. I mean, you got the
Yeah.
Apparently.
Maybe it was a difficulty setting.
I must have missed it.
I have laying down during the on rails parts, kind of trippy. Because it was fucking weird just laying there, the Steam Deck above my head.
But yeah, that was the only one I had trouble with. Every other one, the gargoyle, the portal, the mine carts, everything else, like it was first try. The horse.
The horse, I got stuck at like one turn. I just couldn't figure out this. I had my sensitivity cranked, and it was like too fast. But if I lowered it, it was too slow.
Too furious.
Mm-hmm.
Too
And then you
fast,
get
too
calibrate the
furious.
Steam Deck.
Yeah, I died once on the horse like part because this dude Hip here came into my room and was talking to me. So I like glanced over at him, not paying attention to the screen, and I just ran into a wall and died. And I was like, oh, okay, thanks, man.
Well, if it makes you feel better, I died once to the horse as well because it was when you first do it, and I didn't know the horse, like, you had to keep the horse up. No.
Yeah. Or the gargoyles.
One of them, I didn't know you had to keep them up, so I went to take a drink, and I looked at the screen, and I just plummeted into the ground and died.
It's probably the
Yeah, that's the
gargoyle.
I also did that. But
Yeah,
it didn't
same.
kill me. It just kept like hurting me as it was just dragging my face against the
No,
against the ground.
It was the horse. I wasn't paying attention, so I didn't turn it, and it just ran straight into the wall.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh
Yep.
my god.
Because I thought it was like the minecart.
minecart.
I thought it was like the minecart where it just went on a straight track.
No,
You just had to
it
jump and
doesn't.
whatnot.
And then you tap it, and I would go right into the wall. I was getting so mad.
So I collected every skull, like the crow skull and all of the gramophones. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
So I 100%ed this game, but 2 of my achievements didn't pop. They still didn't pop.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the ones for
Weird.
beating the witch boss fight and Grom's. Grom? Is that his name?
I think so.
I thought it was
Graham?
D.
Or something.
I thought it was a D. It was like Drom.
Oh,
I
it
think-
might
yeah,
be
it's
Drom.
It's Door.
Yeah, D.
It's DHOR.
Dorm. So yeah, so those 2
Or-
achievements are the only 2 that I didn't get because they just didn't pop.
Did
for
you
whatever
go
reason.
back to collect all the crow skulls, or did you just get them all just first try?
I missed 3 of the crow skulls in the first level because I wasn't really like sure how they worked, and they were like all 3 of them are like right as they introduce them to you.
Eh.
And then I only needed the gramophone for the swamp. So had to go
I
back
collected
through
enough
it.
skulls to buy the the most expensive outfit, and then I never touched any skulls again.
I just
Of
wore the
course.
samurai one.
Well, you use them in that one level,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
Graveyard? Is that the end of the
Yeah.
graveyard?
Yeah, that's when you're like
for the-
doing
yeah,
all
sin-
Doing all
the.
the sins.
Yeah.
So we're real jerks, right? Because we came to the North Pole basically and killed Santa twice.
I thought that was weird that it switched to a Christmas theme for the
I
last
thought
level.
so too, because I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, it's more Christmas, just as much Christmas as it is Halloween. Interesting.
Yeah.
He was just getting his toys ready. And then we
did
went
you-
and killed him.
Yeah, he's just sitting there like, oh, I got to get these toys ready. He's just sitting up there just making toys, and we're just like, hey, I'm gonna kick these back at you until this place explodes.
I'm gonna match
Yep.
the shapes.
Yeah, we got like a little kindergarten class, like, oh, I gotta put the triangle in the triangle, and the
No,
square in the square.
Yeah, I was like, that's what I did feel like that. I was like, I'm going back to school.
Did you struggle with the last boss at all?
So the first time, yes.
I
Right.
struggled with the wall portions because my depth
Yeah.
perception just does not work. So I was getting
That
hit.
was
Like, because it has those like blue walls that come at you, and there's like a big circle. Well, not really big, but there's a circle opening. And you're supposed to jump through them. And like, I don't know what it was about. Like the first time around, I was good, but then when he starts breaking up the ground, like those times where I'm kind of jumping at like an angle or something, trying to avoid the tornadoes and stuff, I hit those walls like so many times.
Yep.
It was like at one point I was like, can I just stand here and just eat it? But I don't have enough health to do that.
No.
So that was one of my deaths.
You're so squishy.
But outside of that, the rest of that boss fight's pretty easy.
Yeah, I died once to the final boss because I went to jump through the hole and the electric hole thing, and I ended up going too far and plummeted off the platform. It was on the last phase.
In the gap. Yeah, same. The last phase, it was in the gap. So I jumped through it and just fell to my death, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to me.
I think Lauren struggled a little bit with that one.
Yeah, it was the wall thing for me. Depth perception. I couldn't exactly hit it right, and timing wise. And then I've had this issue, and I've told you guys about this, where the Steam Deck, because of how large it is compared to my hands, sometimes my hands hurt after I play for so long. So the more times I was going through trying this, the more my hands were aching to a point where like sometimes I would just careless mistake, like miss the jump and just fall in between the cracks and plummet to my death. It wasn't like I knew how to beat it. It wasn't difficult. It was just like, oh my god, my hands hurt so bad by the end of it.
I wonder if you could buy a grip. That would help
Yeah, I
that.
have no idea. It's just like having small hands makes it difficult when you play for too long or those types of games.
I don't know. I just had weird, like some bugs that probably wouldn't have happened on.
I wanted to talk about that.
Steam Deck.
Are in the swamp? Are you having texture problems, or is it because the textures are supposed to be ghostly?
I don't know. I just looked like it was like invisible. I don't know if it was meant to be like that.
Because that
are you
whole
talking
level,
like on the platforms?
yeah, their whole level is
Yeah, just-
supposed
yeah.
to be ghostly.
Yeah, they're supposed to be like
Okay.
that.
It was just like gone, and I was like, I don't know. That was coming off of when I tried to put it on the dock, and I had a bunch of issues at work. I was trying to play it on the TV, that I had sound issues and the latency on the controller. I just ended up playing handheld after that. Then I noticed it, and I was like, is this supposed to be like this, or is my game having issues? Because once you get out of the swamp, you're like, it looks normal.
Yeah, because when you initially told me, I was like, oh, that's weird. Like, Lauren hadn't said anything about like having issues on her Steam Deck. And I was like, maybe it's from the dock. And then I get to the level and it's like, oh, this like the crow or something's like, this is a super ghostly world or area or whatever.
Oh, so it was just supposed to look like that.
And
I was just
yeah.
like, okay.
they're all supposed to have like that look to them.
Yeah,
Like,
whenever you like
invisible?
touch them or whatever, like they become physical.
Okay, all right.
It's because the boat thing goes through them.
Yeah.
Oh, I had it like right off the rip.
But it's
Yeah.
like all through the whole level. Well,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think it's the
Yeah.
whole level, but it's most of the level.
Yeah, but yeah, I didn't know because I was right after all this. I had to like turn off the Steam Deck and do a bunch of shit during that level. So I was just like, I don't know if this was meant to be like this, and I didn't pay attention enough. Apparently, if he said that.
It's funny. I look over at my notes and I see the swamp, and I started to look to see if I had anything about those on my notes. And the very first thing I have is Hope Hip enjoys Epona ride because
God
he
damn.
hated the horse. And I was like, he's probably gonna hate this horse too.
I made a comment to myself about that. I was like, it's always a horse haunting me in these damn platformer games.
Yeah, I don't understand
Good.
why you hate the horses so much.
Epona was a lot worse. I'll be so real. I had no problem with that horse because the controls were actually like
I was
made well.
I was a bit disappointed because before we played the game, like I seen like the pictures and images of like riding a horse, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool, like horse combat. Bit disappointed that it's just like, hey, you're running down this hallway and you just move left and right and jump.
Yeah, and on
Yep.
rails.
So like that was a little disappointing, but like outside of that, like I like the variety of weapons, even though they're mostly the same.
Yeah, they all did. Like why I really like the gun, it was just because I would do like the double jump and shoot, and I felt like that was my solid move.
Yeah, you like the attack pattern.
Oh
That's why you
man,
use the
I
shovel.
hated pushing those fucking carts to be
Carts?
blown up. Oh my god, slows the pace so much.
It felt like a lot of stuff was just there to slow the pace down a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could see that.
that
Especially
was
those
like I hated
mushrooms.
those. I did like the look of it though. I think it like the light design of it really cool.
Yeah, I like that they
Like where
like
it
you
turned
hear
like
the
red.
click. It's like it turns on, like you hear the click, the light turns like red around you, like where it's aiming. And then he just fires at you. Like when you're pushing those and he's like shooting at the ballista. Is that what he's
Yeah.
using?
Yeah.
I do like that.
Yeah.
I like that whole like vibe. It makes it feel like, oh man, I'm about to get messed up. Which if you got hit by one of those, it does like a fourth of your health.
Everything did. You were so squishy.
Yeah. So a lot of like environmental stuff like to break, like barrels and crates and all that stuff. Because you're always like taking the stupid random hits from like the most random things. So you're always just filling your health back up. Like you bump into like one of those like little I don't know.
Fire.
I hated the fire.
Oh, the fire was the
Fucking-
best when you set like the whole windmill on fire on the one level,
Yeah.
and I'm like jumping to the top, like oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
It was just
It
everything
also
got caught on
melts
fire
you.
every time.
Well, stop hitting the candles, you silly.
I know
Yeah,
Lauren
but
was
that'll-
trying to catch herself on fire all the time.
My God, I think I died like at least 2 or 3 times just from that. It
Oh,
kept catching
God.
the whole place on fire.
Oh, on
And I was
the
like, why'd this happen?
on the minecart level, you know the section where like you're running down the track and like the carts are coming at you, you just have to jump
Yeah.
over them. So that back half of that, when they're doing like the half circle, like coming in one and out the other, you're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
So the very last one is 4 in a row, and you just wait for the 4 to go. You land on like the piece of wood, like to the left of it, wait for them to pass, and then you jump to the next section. So for some reason, and like I said, could be the game, could just be an unfortunate thing, could be the controller. I got stuck by the crate
Yes,
in
you
the
did.
wood and the track, and I hit by all 4 of those and almost died. And I was like, I can't
I'm actually surprised you
move.
didn't die.
Me too.
That's in
I had
your
like
first
no
level.
health. But yeah, I was like stuck. Like it wouldn't let me move until all 4 of them hit me, and I was like, man, if I die, I'm gonna have to do that whole section over again. Because there's like a checkpoint literally right after it. It's like you jump, and there's like a cauldron where you get a checkpoint, and you can heal. And I was like, oh, I'm so happy I didn't die there.
So, how have we gone this entire time without even talking about the graveyard like sin test? I don't remember what sin it was for the graveyard with like the name matching. Anyone pay attention to all the names?
I mean, I took a gander at them, but I didn't really pay too much attention.
There was Frodo Baggins.
Yeah.
There was Eric Cartman. There was
There's
Gandalf
Bill-
the White.
There's Bilbo Baggins.
They had the entire South Park cast.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, they're like, because so essentially in those ones, you don't match first and last name. It was like last names.
Yeah.
So they were always like some play on it, like you said, like Bilbo Baggins and whatever. I don't remember what the match was. Too.
Yeah, it was-
Snow.
Frodo and Bilbo Baggins.
So like those are funny because like you just read them. I mean, you get to the point where like you're like, I just want to match these and move on, but like they are interesting, like little like.
I was just looking at the last name, so I wasn't even paying attention.
But my favorite one, it was Lana, but it was like LANAAAAAA.
Yeah.
Well, at one point I was thinking that I was like, maybe these are like Patreon people or like early adapters. I didn't realize they were like like characters.
At
Yeah.
first, that's what I thought, because like whatever the first
Mhm.
one was like something simple, like Kyle Walker or something.
Yeah, they
It's
were
like-
pretty like some
Yeah, so
Patrick
I was like-
Archer or something.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, maybe these are, like you said, like, early supporters to the game. Like maybe they did a Kickstart or something.
Mhm.
I don't know what the process was. At that time, I hadn't even looked into anything, so I was like, oh, they're probably just that. But then like I started seeing things from like actual like media and stuff, and I was like, oh, that's funny.
It's funny, I didn't notice it at all.
Well, I mean, reading stuff.
Wow.
Especially when you can't read.
You guys have anything else?
Nope.
No, I think I covered it.
No?
All right, so Hip, since you wanted to jump to this so fast into the video,
Uh-oh.
how long did it take you to finish this?
I ended at 3.7 hours.
I had 5.6 hours and 100% of the game, so I'm proud of that.
I don't want to follow up now. What the fuck? I had 5.5 hours.
Yeah, better than
I
you.
only 100% of like 2 levels.
I had 4.6.
I had, if you look at Steam, it says 6 hours on the dot, but I did leave my game open while I was like packing the new stuff. So I'm gonna say probably closer to 5.5.
Okay, well, with that logic, I'm gonna go with 3 hours total.
I'm gonna go with
No,
one.
you're not.
I was smoking the hookah while playing, so 1 hour
Yeah.
playtime.
Oh my god. I wasn't playing at all though while I was doing that.
Dan, you have competition now. Usually you're like
I know.
speedrunner Dan over here.
I know.
Hip.
This time
I'm
I
a
was like
rookie
slacking
here.
off, looking for
I-
everything, and this dude's just speed running everything. Didn't care
I-
about anything.
I was outside the map for a good chunk of it. I won't lie. I walked that lake you have to jump across at the beginning. I walked around it. I went outside the map.
Yeah, cheater.
Cheater.
I climbed a tree
Cheater.
and went over the
Cheater.
hills.
Cheater.
I just thought more.
Each episode, we go around and find out if we would recommend the game we're playing and why or why not. So, starting with Lauren, would you recommend this game and why or why not?
Oh, I get to go first.
Yay, you.
I'd say yay me. I'd say yes. I thought it was a good, like, if you're looking for a Halloween game or if you like platformers. I would almost say because it took, I think the time, like the amount of time that it took to play it was good too. So I'm gonna go with yeah.
Dan.
I would say yes if you're looking for a Halloween game. I feel like that's kind of the only winning factor of this game, to be honest. Everything's kind of just the same throughout it.
All right, Hip.
I'm gonna say no. I think it's an okay it's an okay platformer. That's all it does good, in my opinion. Combat's mediocre, story's okay, it's there. Price god awful. I would not pay $30 for this game. I think I was buying it on sale when it was like $4. I think it's fine for how long it is, but this is not a $30 game, respectfully.
That's fair. I called this, by the way.
I know.
Lauren, I am 3 for 3 so far. So let's see if Tunza hits
On
my
what?
trifecta.
You thought I was gonna hate it?
Yep.
he did tell me that.
Tunza, what do you think?
I'll probably be my normal play it safe and say, yeah, I enjoyed it, but $30 is way too much for that. $3.99, I think we got it for. I think it's good for the holiday season, but that's about it. Like if you want to play platformers, there's like plenty other ones.
There's a lot better ones.
I
Is my
love it.
opinion.
4 for 4, Lauren.
I
I
know.
figured,
I even hit Tunza down to the price, bringing up price.
yeah, that's a determination, man. Like I
Ah,
gotta,
man, I love it.
I don't have money to spend.
I would recommend this. I enjoyed what I played of it. Arguably, it's also a Christmas game, so 2 for 1. If you only play the last level, but yeah, is just a 3D platformer, and like other things are kind of basic, but the dialogue is, I think, pretty good. It's a 3D platformer that does 3D platforming well. So I enjoyed it. Like I said, I went back and got the last couple things I was missing collectible wise. I wish there was a little more to that than just skins, but overall, I definitely would recommend it. I don't typically talk about price, but a $30 price point on a 5-hour game, or even less, depending on how you play it, is a bit steep. I'm thinking this would full price should be like $10, $10, $15.
I think
30.
10 at most.
And it's
Uh,
a solo event, so he got, he did good.
So,
Like the average time for it to be 100% is about 10 hours on like the slower pace. So
yeah, I just, like I said, I think it does what it wants to do well. It is a bit steep, but I enjoyed it. I'm not sad that I played it by any means. So I do recommend this one. And to
I
finish,
think it does platforming and everything like that. I think it does platforming well. I just don't think it does combat well because it's just it feels like it's just there. It's like repetitive. I started running past enemies at some point.
I think combat in 3D platformers are always like that. So it kind of just was just, oh, hey, it's another 3D platformer when it comes to combat. Like, I don't think any of them really do
Yeah.
anything special.
Agreed.
But yeah, to finish this up, we are going to take a look at some of the reviews for this game. I mentioned it in our first encounter video, but if you leave a review on our page somewhere, on one of the comments of that video, or just in general, you have a chance for us to read it while we're recording the episode. But typically we take a look at the Steam page and find good, bad, and funny reviews. So Hip, take it away.
There wasn't really any funny reviews, and like most of the positive reviews were like, oh, this is a good platformer. Reminds me of like PS2
Medieval.
games. It's a good spooky game. And then a lot of the negative reviews were solely just like the combat and stuff like that's very lacking. Like there wasn't a whole lot.
There was a review
Um,
that said it's like grandma's mac and cheese.
I did not see that one. I did find this one from this guy that has 1,000 hours on record on it.
There's no way.
It's a negative review, and he said Pumpkin Jack is not the game that'll change your life, but what it is trying to achieve, that is to offer a slightly old school platformer experience, accompanied by various spices to provide more taste to the dish. The results impressive. As a product, it's just a decent title to spend your time.
It did change his life, though. He has 1,000 hours.
He does have 1,000 hours.
That's crazy. I know, and this should have been in a different section, but it just made me think of it. Lauren had read something where his inspiration, like part of his inspiration for this game, came from Jack and Dexter and that medieval.
And medieval, yeah.
So, speaking of Jack and Dexter, I just opened his like Steam page for the Akimbot. It's Jack. It looks like Jack and Dexter, 100%.
There's that influence there. I mean, he openly stated that. So, but those were some reviews. You tell us what you think down in the comments below. If you've even played this game before, let us know. But that's gonna basically close out the episode. We're gonna do the monthly pick for November, which was mine. So I'm gonna tell everyone what we're gonna be playing for the month of November and why I chose it. So the game we're playing for November is World to the West. It is a puzzle action game similar to Zelda, but you have 4 separate characters that you play as instead of one character to help you solve puzzles. Kind of always been like on my radar because I just wanted to try it out, see what it's like. So I decided to pick that here. So that's what we're playing for November. If you have yourself a copy of that, play it. If not, it's on almost everything. So if you want to play along with us and see what we have to say, pick up yourself a copy of that. Anything else for the episode, guys?
No, I think we're good. I think we chilling.
Yeah. Stay tuned for my negative review next month.
All right. Hey, yo, Tunza, give me some plugs.
We have a Facebook page at Nerdlag Game Club. Make sure to like the page so you can get the latest news about the podcast. You can also find us over on Twitter at NerdLag, where we share some of the latest gaming news and stuff we find interesting. And lastly, we have a Discord at NerdLag, where you can talk to us in voice chat and join in some discussion about everything nerdy, like video games, anime, movies, and chat with like-minded people. If you'd like to join, ask for an invite. We also want to thank everyone that tuned in for this episode. And if you enjoyed it, make sure you share it with your friends.
On to the final credits. At the end of each episode for our podcast, we go around and talk about some of the games we're playing or any news we want to speak about just for a couple minutes to close out. So, you guys have anything? What have we been playing?
Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon. I did finish the Battlefield 6 campaign earlier today.
Nice.
And how was that?
And it was interesting to say the least. I don't know, it's like the most average basic like shooter campaign.
That's about right.
Yeah.
Probably best for them to play it safe with it too.
I finally got that stupid shiny charm in Pokemon.
Hell yeah.
So I'm
I still need to get mine.
I'm completely done with everything for the time being. But
Mhm.
super good. I really enjoyed it. I know there's some mixed feelings online, but I had a blast playing it.
I think it's good.
I think it's good too.
And that's a lot
Oh.
coming from me.
I don't play. I didn't play it.
You don't play anything.
I'm playing Diablo 4.
You barely played Pumpkin Jack.
What do you mean?
He
Hit 'em.
I played it longer than you.
Tons has been playing Deadlock.
Oh yeah, I'm playing a bunch of Deadlock.
No, you haven't.
I think it says I have 15 hours of it.
Just hit him.
We all know that Dan hates that game.
What, Deadlock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's
Don't you?
It's a MOBA.
It's
Yeah.
alright.
I told him I was like, I'm not gonna ask Dan to play anymore because when I was like, hey, you want to play? And you're like, eh, and I was like, all right, he doesn't want to play.
But you
I
never
love
asked
whenever
me.
whenever we played it the other day, and you're like, "Well, I can play like one more if you want." And I was like, "No, I'm good."
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's what I was like. I was like, he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, outside of these two, I mean, that's basically the only two things I've played recently. It's Pokemon and Pumpkin Jack.
Played, let's see, since we picked up the Switch 2, I played the DLC for Kirby and finished that. Played Rune Factory, Guardians of Ozma, and I finished that. And then I played Pokemon, went through that, and then played Pumpkin Jack.
Where'd you go, Lauren? You're killing it. You beat more games
Yeah.
in like a couple months than Tons does in a year.
Played Borderlands 4, and that made me sad because it's horribly optimized.
Yeah,
I
I
want-
had to return it.
I want to pick up Story of Seasons, I think. I've never played one of their games, so I want to give it a shot. I was just waiting until Pokemon was done because I didn't want to start it when it's long.
I feel it.
I've also been playing a lot of this Blue Protocol Star Resonance game.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that because that was like one of me and Corey were talking about. This was one of our most anticipated games when we did the podcast thing like a couple years ago.
Yeah,
And,
it was
uh,
for 2023. It was on Lauren's list.
Lauren or
I
mine,
thought
probably.
they canceled that game. Did it
So
come out?
it bombed. It did really bad, and then they sold the IP to like some Chinese company, and then they bought it
Yeah.
and released it. And I meant to
Oh,
ask you
okay.
how it was because I have it downloaded. I just haven't played it yet.
It's the story is pretty good. That's kind of it. It's very grindy. And the thing I hate the most is it's a gacha game, but all the gacha stuff is all cosmetics. So you don't get you basically don't get any of the things to roll for any of that. You have to literally buy that stuff. And I'm just like, eh.
That's
So the characters aren't gotcha. It's only
You
cosmetic?
just have your character.
Oh, okay.
You just play as
It's
you.
not like the other kind of. 'Cause
Yeah.
I remember watching people play like the actual MMO, like the alpha and the beta and stuff, and it was like a legit MMO. and then I don't know what it turned into.
I mean, it's still an MMO.
Yeah, I'll have to play it. I have it downloaded.
Yeah, it's just very grindy. The thing I kind of like about it is since it like just came out, they do it in like waves of releasing things. Like you can level up like so much until like a certain day that the game's like online for, and then it's like, oh hey, now you can level up to 35. So it's like I feel like I'm always like every time I get on, I can kind of do more things and
something
unlock
new.
more thing. Yeah.
Is
That's
this
pretty neat.
is this like a standard MMO or is it more like action-y? Like, do you just go and like click and then your character does the
I don't think
actions?
it's tab target. I think it's more action RPG.
Yes.
I don't think it's like a World of Warcraft or
RuneScape or
RuneScape or anything where it's like. Well,
I think it's more like I have
Oh.
yet to play it. I think it's more like Genshin where like you actually fight, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe since that was on Lauren's list from 2 years ago or whatever, she
Yeah.
can try it out.
I thought so, but then she never said anything about it. I was like, okay, maybe it's not this game.
I thought they canceled it. That's why I never
That's-
even brought it up.
that's fair.
yeah, it has a really weird history.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to it. They used to make like. I remember watching people make videos about like the alpha, and then it was like, it disappeared till it reemerged as this.
All right. Well, thank you if you made it to the end of this episode. This will be a probably bi-weekly podcast, give or take.
Twice a week or every other week?
Well, it'd be like every other week.
Okay.
But check out other things that come out along the way related to those episodes. But yeah, if you made it here, thanks for listening. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss the next episode. And still let us know down in the comments if you've ever played this game, if you've ever heard of this game. We'd love to know. So I've been Corey, and I will see you guys next time.
Oh boy.
Bye.
See ya.
Nerd Lag Game